Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire Geek. Bit of sci-fi news today. Bit of 50s, classic 50s sci-fi news. They're going to do a remake of a classic 50s science fiction. At the time, I think it was a bit of a blockbuster, and it kind of still is. It's an amazing film. So they're going to remake them! Exclamation mark. Remember that one about the giant ants, which also featured a very young Leonard Nimoy as a soldier. But anyway. So here we go. There we go. This is from Deadline. As usual, links in the description. Don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell. I'm also on Rumble and Spotify and Anchor.fm and Amazon Music Podcasts and Google Play Podcasts. And don't forget, I'm also on social medias, on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Links for all that are in the description and all. If you hear any noises in the background, I've got the washing machine on because, life. So I apologise for that. But I wanted to get this video done. And I couldn't wait for the washing machine to decide to finish. Right, Michael Giacchino, there you go, to make feature directorial debut with fresh take on Them at Warner Brothers. Remember, Michael Giacchino is more renowned for his movie scores. He did Star Trek and other stuff. He also did Rogue One. I thought he did a pretty good job with Rogue One. There you go. There's Michael Giacchino. There's a still from the original Them. Look at that, giant ants. Cool. Right. Oscar-winning Up composer, Michael Giacchino. I think that's how I pronounce it. I've heard people say Giacchino, but I've always said Giacchino, but never mind. Will make his big screen directing debut with a reboot of the 1954 sci-fi man-eating monster movie, Them. Oh, excuse me. Warner Brothers. Oh, coughing. Giacchino is meeting with writers in hopes of getting the production up quite soon. Dear crikey. In the Gordon Douglas directed original film, which was also a Warner Brothers release, a huge nest of irradiated ants are discovered in the New Mexico desert and become a national threat when two young queen ants and their consorts escape to set up new nests. I also remember it was a black and white film, but it had a colour title. I think Them were in big red letters, I think. It's been a while since I've seen it. Could be another Mandela effect going on. The national search that ensues culminates in a battle in spillways and storm drains of Los Angeles. Oh, pardon me. Oh. There's always a movie in your mind that never leaves your head, Giacchino tells Deadline. For me, that's Them. It wasn't until much later in life until I learned what it was about, the nuclear age. Nuclear. He adds, what I love about Them is exactly what it's called, Them. It's about the other, the unknown, which one refuses or can't understand. And what's what the little girl says as well, which kind of still gives me the chills. That's all she can say. The current version of Them is about immigration. Oh, for Christ's sake. And to tell a story about the subject through a lens of this insane science fiction monster movie, teases Giacchino about what his early vision is for the pick. Well, I won't be watching that then, because it's going to be, for a modern audience, which means it'll be shit. Oh, I got angry then. The composer of big franchise films such as Spider-Man No Way Home, Star Trek, The Batman, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, just call it Rogue One, and more, has been looking to make tentpoles of his own for quite some time. Last year, he directed the Marvel Studios Disney Plus special Werewolf by Night, which I thought was a bit meh. A lot of people loved it. But I was unimpressed, to be honest. Which follows a lycanthrope superhero who fights evil using the abilities given to him by a curse brought on by his bloodline. By the way, I did like a flash review of it. It's in my shorts videos, Werewolf by Night. I wasn't impressed. I didn't hate it, but, I didn't think much of it. Giacchino also previously helmed the short Monster Challenge and an episode of Paramount Plus's Star Trek Short Treks. Well, that's not much to boast about, is it? Because they were all rubbish. Giacchino also plans to score Them in the same way that he scored Werewolf by Night, Monster Challenge and Star Trek Short Treks. He also plans to have his filmmaker brother, Anthony Giacchino, involved in the production of Them. Because nepotism's always good, isn't it? Anthony Giacchino directed the Disney Plus documentary about his composer-turned-filmmaker brother. Director by Night. Anthony Giacchino is also an Oscar winner, having won for the 2021 short subject documentary Colette. Never heard of it. But then again, in the Oscars, I never pay any attention to the documentary awards. I know. The Giacchino brothers made movies as kids around their Edgewater Park Township, New Jersey home. So that'd be New Jersey. Sorry, I haven't blown my nose. I usually blow my nose before I do a show, and I forgot. So I'm going to be sniffling and snotting. Michael would direct and Anthony would star along with their neighbourhood friends. It just sounds like Super 8, doesn't it? It does sound just like Super 8. And I think he did the music for that as well. I know J.J. Abrams directed it, so he probably did the music for it. I don't know, I'll have to check. He used an X-Acto knife to make scratches on the film strips in order to make laser and spark special effects. He graduated from the School of Visual Arts in New York City, where he studied filmmaking and later held jobs at Universal Marketing and Disney Publicity. Eventually, he segued to composing for video games, one highlight being the PlayStation game of Jurassic Park The Lost World, which Steven Spielberg personally hired him on. It was through video games that J.J. Abrams came to know Giacchino and hired him to compose for his TV series Alias and Lost, as well as Big Pic's Star Trek Into Darkness, and Mission Impossible 3. After delivering music to the highest grossing movie in the pandemic, Spider-Man No Way Home, $1.9 billion, Giacchino had 4 episodes... 4 episodes? Where did I get that from? Giacchino had 4 tentpole scores last year in Jurassic World, Dominion, Pixar's Lightyear, Thor Love and Thunder, and The Batman, which I still haven't got around to seeing. Actually, of those, the only one I've seen is Jurassic World Dominion, which I quite liked, I must admit. Not seen Lightyear. Started watching Thor Love and Thunder, and it just got me angry, so I turned it off, and I haven't got around to watching The Batman yet. It's on me, what do they call it, DVR. What do they call them these days? I don't know. It's on me, me set-top box. I recorded it. It were on one of the movie channels, and I thought, well, I'll record that and watch it later. Still not got round to it. Michael Giacchino is a unique talent. We're excited to be working with him and have him at the studio, said Warner Brothers Pictures President of Production and Development, that's a mouthful, isn't it, Jesse Ehrman, who is overseeing the project on the Burbank, California lot. Ehrman caught Giacchino's Werewolf by Night on Disney Plus and was blown away. Well, I want. Giacchino is repped by CAA and Gorfaine Schwartz. They always put that in Deadline, don't they, who the reps are. So there you go. So it's going to be about immigration. For God's sake, why did he have to say that? The current version of them is about immigration. It's about giant ants. That's what it's about. Not about immigration. That's like saying, well, it's what they did, didn't it? In Picard Season 2. They made that about immigration. Why? Because for. Just tell a good story. If you want to sprinkle in, messages, fair enough. As long as it doesn't detract from the main story, which is about giant bloody ants. The adventure, not the message. Oh, it gets me so angry. It does, it gets me so angry. Right, we'll leave it there. So that'll probably be rubbish, because I'm not a big fan of Werewolf by Night, so there. But I like his music. Stick to that. And forget about, doing films with messages in. Anyway, thanks for watching. And wherever you are in the universe, look after each other. And until next time, I'll see thee.